I don't know if you feel the same way here, but I get a bit fearful when I hear that folks are opting to skip restaurant experience and just go into starting a YouTube channel or just go into writing a cookbook, because I personally give so much credit to what I see as my domain expertise and the genuine skill set that I've been able to develop. That's all come from restaurants. And so even in my courses, like I specifically design them to be taken alongside restaurant experience, because I don't want to dissuade people from going and getting that experience, because it's like the volume and the feedback and the pace that you get in those environments is that sets the standard for the projects that you want to kind of do down the line, or it gives you that strong foundation. So my question to you is, have you seen a better alternative to working in restaurants yet, or is that still the crucible by which, great cooking is developed?
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, because even I think it was really important for me, and like you're saying, it gave me a foundation that I entirely rely on. Even now, if I'm cooking some stuff that on the face of it might not relate to anything I was doing at the start, that the sort of the fundamentals, like work ethic, working clean, like that fast knife skills, all of these things, and just seasoning, like how the amount of dishes, like when you're working in a restaurant, the amount of times you have seasoned and tasted food, and that sheer repetition to get that bang on consistently, and to be able to just taste something now and know, not necessarily have to sit and even be analytical about it. You know what direction you need to take it. And I'm sure that people can get great at cooking without working in restaurants, but being a good cook and being a good chef are slightly different skill sets, I think. They're obviously complementary, and also sometimes I think some of the practicalities, like I sometimes speak to people who are very passionate about food and sometimes have some really interesting ideas and are really into learning stuff, but that restaurant experience gives you a very practical head about certain things as well, right? Because you can come up with something creative and interesting and technical, but if you're doing service, if you're still doing like a restaurant service or pop-ups or whatever it is, you've also got to know, how do I batch this? How is this going to be practical to do? What's the mise en place going to be like? Am I going to, and again, even now doing food that I think most people would consider from the outside to be quite complex, and it's quite a long tasting menu that I do. But in fact, even more because of that, like understanding how to break down prep lists and do mise en place and kind of take all the romance out of that stuff and break it down into practicalities is utterly vital, especially because for me, a lot of the guests I have, so the reservations here for the tasting menu are booked up about 6 months in advance. So when people come, which is great. It's a really privileged position to be in. But that means they've been waiting at least 6 months since they booked, and however long before that if they were trying to book. So when they come, I can't be like, oh, today I didn't quite figure out how to get this dish right, or something went wrong. And but like, it's like you have to be able to really nail consistency with that stuff, because otherwise it's not fair to them. It's not fair for the price point you're at. And yeah, I think restaurants are like a crucial sort of training ground for that stuff.
Well, because if you just think about what you just said, like you have this idea that you want to put into the world, and you have real people who are coming and paying for it and having expectations. And if the first time that you're going to experience any sort of those logistical headaches is going to be under your own name, under your own project, of course you're going to struggle. Yeah. And I think a lot of people look at experience in restaurants as like, oh, well, it's so grueling, it's so hard and whatever. But like you and I just talked about incredible camaraderie. We talked about the skill set that we were able to develop. And it's like, oh, wait, and you get paid to get that experience? Yeah. Like, if you really think about it, anytime that you can learn something on someone else's dime, it's a benefit to you as the recipient of that knowledge. Yeah. And so I don't know, like I'm such a restaurant stan, and it makes me upset when I see people kind of like, oh, well, no, you don't need to do that, or like, oh, well, we've created this thing and all you need to do is watch these videos and then you're gonna be fine. Yeah. It's like, well, I don't have enough examples that prove that is not the case.
And I'm sure there's people that like book the trend for this stuff too, or can find a particular way into things. But even though, like, a lot of what I learned outside of restaurants too, and I would be, when I was working in restaurants, I was then often, I was doing additional stuff on my days off or before or after shifts and stuff, and that a lot of that has been like completely crucial to what I'm doing now too. But I just don't think I would sacrifice that at least, like I say, I probably did 15 years in restaurants. I sort of started, maybe even 18 years ago, but at least doing a couple, of years of like a couple to just see how stuff works. You know, or maybe even part-time might be enough if you
Totally.
were doing something else at the
Yep.
same time, but just some of that real life experience.
Yeah, there's like a minimum effective dose almost, because
Yes.
you're right. I see that. I see people on the complete other side of it. They're like, Justin, I really want to do my own thing, and so I'm going to commit to
Right.
5 years at this place. I have dedicated the next 10 years of my life into restaurants, and then I'm going to think about that. And it's like, it's a completely arbitrary duration. Like there's no basis for why you chose 7 years in restaurants or why you
Sure.
chose 10 years at this place. And yeah, I just don't think you and I can probably be a testament to this. Like 1 year in a restaurant, there's like some time dilation or warping that's happening, right? Because it's like experience-wise to another industry, you're getting like 3 years worth of what someone in marketing might consider
Well, you're
experience.
probably
I just
doing
think it's so interesting.
3 times those hours, right? Like if,
Totally.
like
Exactly.
you do a bunch of 16-hour. You do a 16-hour day. Most people are working an 8 or 9 hour day, at least over here, for a full-time job. So you really are like doubling up. On
Totally.
that. Like,
And I mean, if you even think about there were studies that come out that say like the average office worker only works like between 3 and 5 hours in an
Right.
8-hour day.
Yeah,
And
try that
there's
in the
none
kitchen.
of that. Like, well, I wonder if they're working over there on their station. It's like, no.
Yeah.
So maybe it's triple. Maybe if we're
Yeah.
really like breaking down the math, it's triple. That's so interesting.
And the confidence I think that gives you too, because there is no like that you can't cheat that. You can't accidentally, you're not going to like accidentally float through a career like that. Like if you can thrive in that environment, or even if the environment doesn't suit you and you want to get out and do something else, if you know that you can write a prep list, you can bang through your mise en place, you know that you have a base level skill that even if people then, whatever you go on to do, don't get it at first, you can be like, well, I have a skill set I know to be of a certain level. And I've seen a couple of people, I think, do interesting things where they perhaps have had like an expertise in a cuisine, or they've been interested in doing a very particular thing, and then wanted to launch that, and then decided to go like, well, I'm going to do this thing, but even though I know I'm kind of an expert in my field already, I'm going to go and do a year in restaurants before I do my independent thing. And again, I think that's very sound too. And again, I'm sure there are people who can do it without that, but I think as a general rule, my advice would be get that experience, I think.